Hey, welcome to this video tutorial on Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Amazing song. It's not going to be that hard to learn, but the way I'm going to run through this is I'm actually going to start with a really simple way to play that intro, just with some chords, and then we'll move on to the parts with singing. And then I'll go back at the end and I'll actually show you how to play that intro the right way for those of you who want to have a little bit more of an advanced lesson. I think anyone can get the intro down, but it will take some time. So I want to approach it in that way so that you can, get the song down, and then if you want to learn the more advanced part, you can. Awesome. Let's get to it. All right, so to start out with this song, what I want to do is I want to show you kind of an easier way just to play the chords that we're playing for the intro. And then not only will this just help you play it a simpler way if you want to play the song and you still want to have a little intro, but it'll teach you the chords that we're actually going to use for the picking part of the intro. So I'll put a little bubble here if you want to skip past this and just get to the part where they're singing, and then get to the actual intro later. So go ahead and do that. Otherwise, this is a really simple way with some chords just to play the intro. Let's get into a simpler way to play this intro. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use some chords here. We're going to actually use a G chord, but I'm adding my third finger to the second to last string. Okay, so a normal G would be my first, second, and fourth finger, and I'm going to add that third finger on the exact same fret that my fourth finger is on that third fret. Okay, now we're going to move to a C chord, but it's also going to be, we're just going to leave our last two fingers on the exact same place and drop both of our fingers down, our number one and number two fingers, both of those fingers down one string. So it's going to go, here's the G again, now here's the C. Okay, G, C, and then we're going to go to another form of the A right here, where we're going to put our two fingers just down here on the second and third strings on the second fret. Okay, so those are our notes that we're going to use. So let's play this intro then like this. So we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, G, C, A minor, back to the G. And this is where the singing starts, right there. So let's run through the verse here, or the chorus. The verse and the chorus basically are the exact same. The song structure pattern here, let's put that up here really quick, is going to go intro, verse, the intro again, but now it's the bridge, same thing though, chorus, which is the exact same as the verse, and then we have the outro, which is the exact same as the intro and the bridge. So there's only really two parts you need to know, and they just go in that order. Okay, so now let's jump to the part, the verse here, or the chorus, where he sings. Okay, what we're going to want to do is we're going to kind of play the same pattern, but the first time we're going to play it a little different. So we're actually going to start on the C, then move to the D, then move to the A minor, then move to the G. And this is where we start the actual pattern that we're going to repeat. So then we'll do the G, D, A minor, C, and back to the G. So that's the pattern that he redoes. So he actually just starts on that, just doing it a little bit differently, and then he moves to that pattern and does that pattern through the rest of the verse. Okay? So I'm going to play this through as if we were just finishing up that intro. So I'm going to play the G, and then I'll go to the C, and that's when the singing starts. So here's the intro. Now we go to the singing. C to D to A minor to G. D to A minor to C, back to the G. And that's the pattern. That's where the pattern starts and ends. So that's going to be your verse, and that's going to be your chorus. So now basically you have all the pieces that you need to play the song if you want to play it with just a really simple intro and sing the song. Now let's jump to how to play the actual intro. This is going to be the most difficult part of this lesson, but it's not too hard. You can learn it. I think anyone can learn it. So there's actually going to be 3 stanzas is what I'm going to call them. 3 patterns or 3 licks that we're going to play through this whole thing. Okay? There's one that's on the G that starts with the G, one that starts with the C, and one that's on the A minor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you all 3 of those, and then we'll put them all together. Okay? So let's start here with number 1, the one that's on the G. This is how this song is going to start off, okay? So we're going to play, I'm just going to go by the strings. First string, okay, the low E string, we're going to play the 3rd fret, okay? Then we're going to move to a 0 on the A string, and we're going to hammer on to the 2, okay? Then we're going to go to 0 on the 3rd string, and then 2 on the 3rd string, okay? Now every time in between here, we're going to have our fingers set up in that with our 2 fingers on the last 2 strings, okay? And every time in between, when we're playing one of these stanzas, we're going to strum on the last 4 strings. You can strum the whole thing if you want, but you know, it's going to sound a little bit better if you can just stick to the high 4 strings, these bottom 4. So, and it's usually gonna go something like this. Okay? So we're gonna play that first lick. Okay, then we're gonna move. Now let's look at the second lick. So after we come out of that first lick, we're going to play this. We're going to keep our finger there. Our first finger will be on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. And we're going to play 2 on the 3rd string. So we're on the 3rd string playing the 2. Then we're going to play an open 4th string. 2 again on the 3rd string. And then 0 on the 3rd string. And then our fingers are going to go back to that G position. Okay, so that'll sound like this. Alright, so let's now go to the 3rd stanza. Now in order to do that, we're going to have to go through the first stanza again. Because the way this works is we're going to go first stanza, second stanza, first stanza, second stanza, first stanza, third stanza. Okay, so the 3rd stanza doesn't come out of the 2nd, it comes out of the 1st. So I'm going to play that G stanza, and then we'll go into the A minor stanza, which is the 3rd stanza. So it's going to go. Okay, and then here we come on the 3rd stanza. We're going to play on the 3rd string where our finger is already at. We're going to play the 2, 0. Then on the 2nd string now, we're playing 2 and 0. Then we're going to go to that same A minor pattern that we used at the beginning in the easy video. And if you didn't know what that was, that's fine. This is what it is. We're going to keep our 2 fingers on the last 2 strings, okay? And on the 3rd string, we're going to do the 2nd fret with our 1st finger. And on the 4th string, we're doing the 2nd fret with our 2nd finger. Okay, so, and the way that sounds is this chord. Okay, so let's do that from the G again and go into that stanza. After after that, we're gonna exit the song, exit this intro, okay, with just this little easy 0 on the second string, 0, 2, 0, and then 3 back. So we're back to the G, the 3 on the first string, and then play that out, and then we switch to sing to the C. So let's go through that, the first to the third one more time, and then we'll move to that to the exit basically of that intro. So it's okay, so I'm going to coach you through the whole thing now. Let's go through this entire intro. I'm going to try to play it and talk at the same time without messing up. All right. So also as well, just so you're aware, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play the number 1, the number 2, the number 1, the number 2, the number 1, then the number 3, and then we'll go to that exit. Okay? So let's do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 to the 3. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully it's not too hard, and hopefully it all makes sense, which is most important. So if you have any comments or any questions or any songs that you want me to do specifically, put them in the comments. I promise you I will get to it. Other than that, enjoy, comment, subscribe. Thanks.